game when it's done. Obviously looking forward to winning every time we line up, and this is our third last non-conference game, so the focus is, we need to get a win, and I think these guys have practiced well to do it.
In regard to Chance, Brian said the other day they didn't have any design runs for it last game. Is that something you guys are moving toward? I know you're not going to give me the game plan, but
right.
Is that something you're looking at?
I mean, we need to remind Brian we called quarterback draw a couple of times, so that was designed for him to run with it. We don't have a huge package each week of quarterback runs, but he does have that skill set, and he extended some plays and whatnot, but we're asking him to pass the ball first.
I asked Coach Lindgren earlier in the week about the impact of Idaho playing a spring season. I know it's kind of hard to speculate the impact of that because you're not in the room over there, but you think that might have some sort of impact on this team?
I think there's something there. I look at across the country the first 2 weeks, some of the programs that did play in the spring, and they've had some wins, and so I think there's some benefit. I don't know exacts on maybe injury-wise and whatnot, but I think there's some benefits that they've had a little bit of a season. That the Vandals have played multiple games in the spring. So I think there's some good to it for those guys.
What offensive improvements are you specifically looking for out of this game?
Improvements? I wanted to look pretty similar in regards to the run game being efficient and explosive. I thought we completed a bunch of balls with a high percentage. Want to see that be pretty similar. I know we got stopped in the red zone one time in the first half that we ended up kicking a field goal, and when we get down there, we got to score touchdowns. I want to see that number go up.
What does BJ do particularly well? I mean, and how has his experience helped him?
Yeah, last week I thought he did have some good vision on a couple of runs, setting blocks up, making a cut or two, putting his foot in the ground, making a guy miss at the next second level. That showed up. He did that well.
I haven't looked at all the participation for the first 2 weeks, but when do you start making decisions at all on any of the freshmen as far as whether you play redshirt or not redshirt?
Yeah, I mean, we have conversations really by position. They do it. We are tracking that after 2 games. The mindset currently is we're going to use the guys we need to win the game, and they have earned the playing time. But it gets more into, okay, this guy's played in 3, are we going to change anything? And no one's played in all 3 quite yet.
So there's nobody on the top of your head that you're thinking probably won't redshirt.
Won't redshirt? Oh, well, yeah, Skyler will not redshirt. This guy's playing a bunch, especially on teams. He comes to mind at first. That's out of that freshman group. He's the one for certain right now.
I know it's certain.
Chance looks, the most effective when he's pushing the ball down the field. What kind of makes him? What makes him so effective when he's sort of being aggressive and pushing it down the field?
I think he does got some confidence in those receivers to make plays for him. They work a bunch on the timing during practice on those deeper throws. I think what sets that up is our run game and being effective in the run game. So they got to be able to defend that, load the box type things, and we got some talent on the outside.
The kickoff times have been all over the place for you. You go from 8 o'clock, 12:30. Is that a conversation you have to have with your players about different preparation, how the mornings are going to look?
Well, we definitely go over the schedule, and it's a little bit different on really the day of the game, whether you're kicking at 8 or at 12:30. We're definitely excited about kicking at 12:30 and looking forward to having Research Stadium fans going again. The student section was awesome last week, and I think this will only help by kicking at 12:30.
Are you happy at all to have rain on Saturday, just from the standpoint that you need to get prepared for those sorts of things going into conference play? Maybe a rain game isn't that bad.
Yeah, I think really any weather, we're not jumping up and down with joy that it's raining, and we're not disappointed. As a coach, you always wish, well, if it's going to rain on Saturday, you'd love it been raining during the week so we could add a little more prep with it. But I don't think it'll make a big factor.
Does Chance do anything with the ball to prepare for that, or do you guys do anything?
We don't overemphasize it. We've gotten since Chance has been here, he's practiced in the rain plenty, and we get an hour of warm up in it, and so nothing major.
When you were on staff at Idaho, Dennis Erickson was the head man for a year. What was that reunion like, and being on his staff after playing for him?
Yeah, it was good memories. Putting in offense, and he was coaching quarterbacks at that time. I have good memories of it, and calling some plays and going back to the roots when you were playing. Some of the stuff offensively we were doing was stuff that I did, and it's a bunch of fun.
With conference play starting next week, how important is this game Saturdays as far as making progress, knowing you're going to have a big step up in competition level?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, each game, we want to play well each week, and we want to improve each week. So this game is huge. Come out and play really hard, play well, and win the game.
Are there any updates on Tyjon or Elijah for Saturday?
Tyjon should go, and Elijah Jones should go. Yep.